This is how you delete collections the right way. What if I told you that the collection accounts dragging your credit score into the ground can be deleted completely without paying a single cent? Sounds wild, but here's what's even crazier. You're probably only watching one layer of your credit report, but there are 9 hidden bureaus collecting dirt on you behind the scenes. These shadow bureaus are why collections keep showing up even when you think they're gone. But in this video, I'm going to walk you through a full-blown attack plan to delete collections from every bureau that matters using nothing but your legal rights. And stick around because I'll show you how to make the bureaus pay you $1,000 for reporting false information. Now, there are going to be 6 very important parts to this blueprint that I'm also going to give you for free. So if you get lost in the sauce or you get a little confused, you're going to have the blueprint to actually help you. And as always, do not be afraid to ask me in the comments. I'm here to help you. Now let's put the blueprint up on the screen so everyone can see it very clearly. Now, if you comment the word blueprint, I will make sure to send it to you in the comment section, and I'll pin it at the very top also for anybody that needs it. Now we're gonna get started at the very top. We're gonna get our credit reports for free from annualcreditreport.com, and we are going to make 3 copies of these credit reports, each of them. So on day 1, we start with 2 things. First, we send a personal information update letter to all 3 major credit reporting agencies, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And in that letter, make sure you're only including that you only want one spelling of your name, your current address, no previous employers, no phone numbers, nothing extra. We want our credit profile to be clean and simple. And people always ask, but why? Because we're trying to disassociate you from the account that's linked to old data. If that collection is tied to a previous address, a different version of your name, or an old job, that's your opening for deletion. Now here's the fire that most people miss. You also need to pull your reports from 9 secondary credit bureaus that house information for lenders, collectors, even landlords are going to use these. LexisNexis, LCI, Anovis, ARS, Credco, Clarity, DataX, Microbilt, and Factor Trust. These guys report everything from evictions to payday loans to utility debts. If a collection isn't shown on TransUnion, it might still be buried inside of Clarity or LexisNexis. But do not freeze these reports. That's what amateurs do. Instead, we're going to hunt the accounts down and delete them at the root. Now you've cleaned your personal data and pulled the underground reports. It's time to launch the first attack. Now we're moving into step number 2, the credit bureau verification request. Now you've got 2 options here and both work. Option number 1 is wait 14 days after sending your personal info update. Then send a verification request to the bureaus. Option number 2 is include the verification request in the same envelope as your personal info update. It's up to you. You can stagger it or fire both shots at once. But inside the letter, you want to say, this account is inaccurate. Please verify for accuracy. Short, simple, and strategic. You're forcing them to start an investigation. The law gives them 30 days to respond, but at maximum 45 days. So I tell everyone, make sure that every single one of your rounds is 45 days. Now, people will always ask me, what is a round, Mike? A round is when you send a bunch of letters out to the credit reporting agencies, the secondary bureaus, the collection companies, and the creditors. Each round should be 45 days. But what we're doing is triggering their internal systems to review whether this collection even belongs to you. Since your personal data was just cleaned up, that link is now weaker. You're no longer tied to the account, and that makes deletion way easier. Now we're moving on to step number 3. We're going to wait 45 days, as I said before, and request a method of verification. Now, if they didn't delete it, you probably got a letter in the mail that says, oh, this item was verified. And then people are like, oh my God, what do you mean? That means I'm done. They verified it. It's over. No, it's not over. Remember, the credit bureaus are not your friends. They want you to stop working on your credit so they can keep your credit score down and they can continue to sell your bad credit information to subprime lenders that are going to charge you outrageous interest fees. But we're not going to fall for that because we're better than that. Now, a verified notification may arrive in email or in paper mail. So just be aware there are going to be 2 different options that they can choose. They can choose however to communicate with you. Also be aware, they may send you stall tactic letters. Even if you handwrite a letter or if you send it in because you typed it, they're gonna say, oh, it appears that we received a letter that didn't come from you. It looks like you're working with the credit repair company, because the entire system is automated. They still have to do an investigation in 45 days or less. I want to give a special shout out to all my beasters out there that are working hard to fix their credit using DisputeBeast, the most advanced AI credit repair software ever created that comes with a 110% money back guarantee. But specifically to Brandon, Brandon's credit score went up 185 points after just one round with DisputeBeast. And Ashley's credit score went up 218 points after just 2 rounds with DisputeBeast. But let's not forget about Julio. Julio's credit score went up 266 points after just 1 round with DisputeBeast. DisputeBeast link is going to be pinned at the very top of the comments and in the video description for anyone that needs to fix their credit. Now moving on to step number 3. After we've waited the 45 days, we're going to send a request of method of verification. So looking at the actual blueprint that I created for you, the flow chart, we want to ask them for proof of how they verified the information that you know is inaccurate. Now let's run that back again. We want to ask them, how did they verify this information? What documents were used and who provided it? Because under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they must disclose how they verified your dispute. Huge spoiler alert. They usually don't have an answer because most verification is automated or outsourced, and that's your leverage. If they can't provide the method of verification, they're violating the FCRA section 611. And while we wait the 45 days, we're going to move to step number 4, the validation letter to the collection agency. So while the Bureau is fumbling, you hit the collection agency with a 15 USC 1692G validation request. And we're going to be very specific in what we request and keep it short and simple and sweet. Name of the original creditor, full account number, amount owed, payment history, bill of sale proving they own the debt. Now here's the part that nobody ever talks about. Most debt collectors bought your account in a spreadsheet bundle. No paperwork, no history, just a balance and your name. If they can't prove ownership, they legally can't collect and they can't report. Now make sure to drop the words no proof and no power in the comments if you're starting to realize how shaky most of these collection accounts really are. Now if they have not deleted, we're moving to step number 5, the second dispute, which is a bureau's failure to investigate. Now again, after 45 days, hit the Bureau again, and this time you're coming hard. You're going to send a dispute letter stating very clearly the Bureau failed to investigate. The following data is inaccurate: the balance, date of last payment, date of delinquency, account status. Then drop the hammer. Under the FCRA section 611, I'm requesting $1,000 in statutory damages for failure to investigate properly. You are no longer playing defense. You are documenting violations and building a case. Now, after we sent that letter to the credit reporting agencies, we're going to move to step number 6, and we're going to send what's called a 1692 GB shakedown letter. What we're doing here is we are sending the collection agency one last chance. We're going to send a 1692 GB shakedown letter demanding the original purchase agreement, all terms and conditions and any amendments, and legal proof of debt ownership from the original creditor. And if they give you nothing, which they usually will, you've got them backed into a legal corner. No ownership equals no authority equals deletion incoming. Last part's the most important. Now, before we move on to step number 7, the final boss move, I want to be really clear with everyone. If you truly want to take this to the next level, you should be sending certified mail with return receipt, because how else are you going to prove that they received the letter? A lot of people say, well, sending certified mail is a waste of money. Yes, you are correct, because you don't have a return receipt. But if you have a return receipt, they have to sign off on it. Then what happens is the USPS mails you back that little green receipt, which is your proof. Now, let's say hypothetically they did not delete. We're going to move to step number 7 and file a CFPB complaint with all evidence. Now, once you sent the letters to the credit reporting agency and the HOAS debt collectors, you should have waited 60 days. And then while you're waiting, you want to scan everything and prepare it into PDF form. All of your letters, their replies or lack of, certified mail with return receipts, all of your highlighted inaccuracies. Remember, we made 3 copies of our credit reports for this reason. Highlight all of the inaccuracies and you're going to put them in a big brown manila envelope and you're going to send them to the CFPB and write up a very simple letter. Here is proof that the credit reporting agencies did not actually investigate any of the inaccuracies on my credit report. Please delete them immediately. I have supplied all the proof in all communications. Now you can do it through snail mail or you can go onto the CFPB website and upload it all into their system. Be sure to CC both the credit bureaus and the collection company. This puts legal heat on all of them and now they have a federal investigation looming. And once the CFPB steps in, deletions often happen fast, especially when you have proof. Don't file disputes with the CFPB. The CFPB is a complaint center. Understand that. And that's it. This is how you legally erase collections from your credit report. Not just from the big 3, but from the 9 shadow agencies that most people never check. And if the bureaus don't respond properly, you're not just getting deletions, you could get compensation. Make sure to understand that you do not want to skip any steps, document everything, and keep copies like you're building a case because you are. Now make sure to smash that like button if I gave you a game plan and drop victory in the comments for more credit killing tactics just like this. Now if you have any collections or charge-offs or negative accounts that are hurting your credit, make sure to watch this video right here because it's going to show you how AI can do all the work for you, mail the letters, and it comes with a 110% money back guarantee. And if you felt that I brought you some value in this video, make sure that you don't forget and subscribe to increase your credit score.